Okay, we'll now have a look at the Pelican safety torches. As mentioned about the tactical torches, again, they come with a lifetime warranty. Now, very importantly to understand with Pelican safety torches, any torch that ends in the number 5 is intrinsically safe, except of course, as always, there's an exception to the rule. There are two legacy torches in the range, which are the Pelican 2010 and the Pelican 2410, which are both intrinsically safe and break the rule because they don't end with the number 5. So what we'll do is we'll look through the range of torches. We've also got a couple of the headlamps in the range. There are more headlamps in the range, and again, you can find further information on the range of headlamps on the website. Now, in terms of torches, this little one is the most underrated torch in the range and my personal favourite. It's called the VB3. It's a very unique little torch, and it's absolutely ideal if you've got to write in notebooks, if you want a low level of light of night time. Really good if you're going fishing and you need to tie knots. Simply clips onto your pocket, onto your cap, and all you do is lift up the wings to open it up, and it gives you more than enough illumination for knot tying, writing in notebooks, and sits quite nice and neatly wherever you want to tuck it away. So that's the VB3, great little torch. Another interesting little one in the range is the mini flasher, and as it says, it's just a very low, slow, dull flashing light. Now, we have had members of first aid brigades. What they'll do with these is actually clip them onto the back of the cap, and they can actually see the little dull red light blinking around as they move their way through large crowd situations. We have dog owners who put these on the collars of the dogs, so when they're running of a night time, again, they can pick up the dull little flashing light. Okay, as I mentioned, a couple of the headlamps. This is one of the intrinsically safe units. Again, 2755 ends in the model or the number 5. With the headlamps, one of the other interesting features in the Pelican range is you have your traditional strap. You can have a rubber strap or a cloth strap, but they now also have a strapless attachment system, and it's an adhesive plate, and that allows for 6 different headlamps in the range, both intrinsically safe and non-intrinsically safe, to be interchangeable on the same mount. So you don't have to worry about cloth straps, rubber straps, clips. It's all there on the single adhesive plate. Pelican 3345. This is a very unique torch that has actually has a sensor in the head of it, and as you come in towards a reflective surface, the sensor in the torch will actually cause the illumination level to decrease to stop flashback from something like a metal surface or similar. The torch itself you can cycle through, and you also have a bright stand light on the side. So again, you can operate it as a hands-free stand light, and it gives you a large degree of illumination. This little guy, the Pelican 1975 pencil light. Extremely bright little light for the size, runs on 2 AA's, ideal to keep in your pocket, but to make it even more versatile, Pelican provides with it a helmet mounting clip. So literally it can go from your pocket to the clip and provide you with a mounted light for your helmet. This helmet here is set up with a couple of the Pelican universal helmet holder mounts, which allow various types of Pelican torches to be mounted on different styles of hard hats. So here on the right hand side we have the Pelican 3315 torch. It's a front end switch torch, again clipped, and you can mount the universal mounts, so they're either sitting in the upright position above the helmet, or you can hang them in underneath low. And then you have the Pelican 3325 helmet torch tail end switch. So again, it's just versatility in terms of being able to mount various torches. Now, for those who work in the fire services, you may recognise this unit, which is a Pelican 3715. This torch itself is about 12-year-old technology. They're an excellent torch, again still covered by a lifetime warranty, but they're considerably heavy and bulky. They run on 4 AA's. They have a fixed beam from the front, and they also have 3 footfall lights. They have a range of outputs. Very squat, very heavy. Pelican have now released the Pelican 3325 helmet torch. Again, intrinsically safe, photoluminescent shroud, waterproof, 16-hour run time, 171 lumen output, and as you can see by the clip on the helmet, it will slip straight into any of the Pacific brand helmets. But what Pelican have done with this torch is to consider the safety of the user of the torch. You'll see a lot of helmet torches that have traditional mounting brackets which encase the torch in such a manner that if the torch was to become entangled in something like air conditioning ducting wire or similar, in order to get that torch off the helmet, you have very limited opportunities, and in fact increases the risk of the member, because you may resort to having to take the helmet off, which in a fireground is not recommended practice. So what Pelican have done with this torch is provided a breakaway clip. So the torch itself, if it becomes grabbed, entangled, once you exert about 7 kilos of pressure, the torch will actually break away from the helmet. It won't fall away by itself. It actually has to be put in a position where an amount of pressure is put on it to break away, but not such that it will cause damage to the wearer's neck. And to re-engage it, on the back of the torch, there's a series of blocks, so as you slide it back into the helmet mount, you can feel it and you can hear it click into place. So you've got both audible and tactile sensation of putting the torch back into its mount. As mentioned, tail end switch. Torch itself can swivel in its position, but it's all about the safety of the user. Now, to further enhance the offering of the Pelican 3325, we know sometimes the torches are issued to members and sometimes they're left rolling around in the ute, or they can't be found at the time when you have to turn out to a job. So what we developed at the request of some of the fire brigades was the Pelican 3325 torch case. So in this unit you have your spare batteries in the tray underneath, you have your 5 torches sitting in there, and once you know you've got your 5 torches in there, you can close and lock the case. You can in fact put a security tie or similar into it so that you know that the torches have all been inspected and are all good to go. And of course, if one of the torches is missing from the case, it's going to be extremely obvious by the gap within the case. Now, another one of the torches in the new to the Pelican range is the Pelican 3310, or the 3410 and the 3415. So the 3410 non-intrinsically safe, 3415 intrinsically safe. The 3415 and 3410 have identical features in terms of having an articulated head, so you can go from a straight torch to a right angle torch, large switch on the side with multiple light output modes, so you can cycle through high, medium and low. You can also cycle through spot, flood and back to dual light output. Runs on 3 AA's. As I mentioned, the 3415 is intrinsically safe. The 3410 is a standard non-intrinsically safe torch. Its output is actually at 633 lumen, where the intrinsically safe unit is 336 lumen. The other good feature in this torch range is that they have a magnet fitted to the back. So if, for instance, you're involved in a motor vehicle accident where you need to work under the bonnet of the car to disengage the battery system or similar, rather than trying to keep it in a constant position on your jacket, quite simply underneath the bonnet, you can then clip it up under the bonnet and work hands-free while the torch sits there lighting up the engine bay or a similar area. The last torch of this range, and again, as per the tactical torches, there are many torches in the Pelican range, so go and have a look at the website. You might find something that meets your unique requirements. This is the 9410, which has been affectionately nicknamed as the sunlight torch. The torch itself comes on a charge base that can either run from 240 volt or 12 volt charger. It's just a pressure plate mount, and to get it off, again, up and lift. But the torch itself, 2,200 lumen output. The beam distance on this torch is 450 metres, but it also has a large volume of infill light, which turns it not only into a good spot, but also a good handheld flood in terms of the area. You've got high, you've got medium, and then you've got a warning light which will blink. So again, you can use it as a beacon. So again, this is a snapshot of the Pelican torch and headlamp range. So if you go onto the website, have a look, and we're sure that there will be something in the range that fits your needs and requirements.